Hey y'all, I need to clean this screen a little bit, but my son's asleep downstairs. He's knocked out pretty good, so I thought this was a good opportunity to do number 4, my mom number 4 on the long form videos. I told you in previous videos that I didn't have a very good childhood. I had like some pretty serious abuse. I was never really put in school, and I was with my mom, and she kind of dragged me everywhere. She was a pretty serious drug addict, and we would just stay all over the place in hotels and in men's houses, and whoever she happened to be with at the moment, she would just kind of drag me with her. And I remember some things, but it's disturbing to me because there are years, chunks of years that I don't remember. But then, like, I'll have a dream or I'll have some thought and something will remind me of something, and I'll remember something that seems to me like a completely new memory. It seems to me like this is just something that my brain has released because I guess it thinks I can deal with it at this moment. I don't know, but every one of these mom episodes, I think this is number 4, and this one is going to be called, it's going to be called Mrs. Snead's. My mother was staying at like a boarding house called Mrs. Snead's in Tacoma Park, Maryland. And this was maybe I was 6, 7, I don't know. For part of the time I stayed with her, but then for every other weekend my dad would have me. And I remember, I never wanted to leave, but I couldn't really say I didn't want to leave, because my mother had kind of instructed me, you're not going to stay, you're with me. So I never even tried to. I think if I had told my dad some of the things that were going on, it might have been different. But anyway, Mrs. Snead's in this boarding house was like just this horrid place, and rickety old house with this just dusty, antique-y smell with just silence. And then all of a sudden you'd hear just calamity, somebody freaking out. It was my first introduction to drag queens. I saw this man putting pantyhose stuff on his head and putting makeup on, and I'm like, what is he doing? I'm 6. I had never seen anything like that. Everyone seemed to want to congregate in my mother's room at Mrs. Snead's. And everyone would be there doing, pretty much every type of drug you can think of. And I would just be sitting there. I mean, it was the size of someone's bedroom. One room, a hot plate in the corner. And I didn't have a bed. I slept in the chair when I was there. And my mom slept in the bed and with whoever she was with. And I hated this. I wanted to like play or go somewhere. I didn't want to be in the middle of some big grown-up party with all these big grown-up drugs. And I saw lots of needles. I saw just like clouds of weed all the time, which, at this point, I don't really think weed is so bad. But, back then they were popping black beauties, and I saw a lot of heroin. I saw a lot of cocaine, and, and just like people in and out. It's like my mother's place at Mrs. Snead's was this. I mean, I don't know if my mother was selling drugs or if she was just some kind of connect or whatever, but I remember just constant knocks, and then we'd all go and walk somewhere to a convenience store, to Tacoma Park Metro, and then we'd all walk back. Then another knock, and then we'd all go walk somewhere, then we'd all go back. I mean, it was like this constant drug transporting back and forth. I mean, she would send me on my own. I mean, to anyone who knows DC and knows Tacoma Park at night near where the metro is and stuff. I remember it being 1 o'clock in the morning and my mom didn't want to get out of bed. It was freezing. There was snow outside. Tacoma Park Metro was like one street all the way down, but it was like 2 miles. So it's just walking one street. She gave me this thing wrapped up in a little bag, put it in my pocket, and said, you walk straight down this street until you get to the metro. And I knew where the metro was because she would send me on errands all the time. Yes, at 6 and 7. She said, and you will see Bobby. He's a white guy and he's got blonde hair and a red hat, and you give him that and he'll give you money, and you make sure he gives you $20. Don't take any less. I mean, she's got me being her enforcer. Don't take any less than 20. I'm seven, and she just doesn't want to get out of bed in the cold in DC. And I remember doing these little runs for her. Had no idea what she gave me, had no idea what I was handing someone, had no idea what was in any of these packages or what the 20 was for. I just did what my mom said. Came back, gave her the $20, and then was like, maybe she'll let me go to sleep. I mean, she used me. You know, I was a mule and a bullet deflector. Someone pointed a gun at her once and she held me up in front of her. You know, this is going to be the end of Mrs. Snead's, but Mrs. Snead's boarding house wasn't a great place. And I was always so happy to get back to my dad's, even if it was just for a weekend. I could have some kind of normalcy. For the weekend, you know. All right, that's me out.